Hi there. In this video, I will introduce you to the Rocket Access and Connectivity Hub. This solution from Rocket is available to all LegaSuite Web and Rocket API customers on active maintenance. This video will also be followed by a series of videos showing you how to use the hub. So the hub is a DevOps deployment solution. So if you have a LegaSuite Web project or Rocket API project, both in the classic and next gen format, then you can use the hub for deployment of those projects. Also, if you have APIs that are created with Rocket API, you can secure those APIs through various policies. We will be looking to use the hub also for future initiatives. So this is what the architecture looks like. So from the workbench, you will publish your project to the hub, and then obviously deploy your project to various web or API servers. Of course, you will have different environments. So here you can see we've got a dev, test, and production environment. And your clients will then connect to each of those environments accordingly. So some of the benefits of using the hub. Obviously, we're going to deploy your web and API packages to multiple environments. So if you've got more than one environment, which most people have, then we will look after the deployment of those packages. You've got the separation of duties. So your developer shouldn't be the person that's deploying the software. So obviously you have your developers and system administrator. You can also have version control, which means your packages can be version numbered accordingly. You don't need to stop and restart your web engine API gateways. So if you're running them as a system service, then obviously you don't need to stop and restart those services. The hub will deal with all that for you. You also get rollback facilities. So if you need to roll back to a previous version of a package, then you can easily do that through the hub. Web projects can be hot deployed. This means if you need to do an emergency fix during the day, then those users that are connected won't be disconnected. New users will obviously use the new package, and existing users will use the previous version. You get central management of web licenses. So if you've got development, test, and production licenses, you can just have one location to control your licenses. You will get a server status across all environments, so you can see which servers are running and what packages are loaded. And obviously we've mentioned previously that you can also use the hub via an agent to secure your APIs if you do wish to do so. Lastly, you get an insight into usage, so you can see which users are connected to which hub and so on and so forth. So to run the hub, we do recommend that you download version 8.5.5 of the Access and Connectivity software from the Rocket community portal. If you do have a previous version, then I would recommend you upgrade to 8.5.5 or higher. You do need a Windows server, dual core or above. We've got a minimum memory spec there. You can run on other servers, which we can also advise you on. So the actual package is available as a WAR file, so you can run it essentially on Tomcat on your favorite operating system. But by default, the install will run on Windows. You do need a database. This stores all the things like the configuration and setup and logging. By default, it uses Derby, but for production, please use something like DB2 SQL Server or MySQL. The hub will actually go through the configuration steps of creating the relevant tables. You just need to provide a database and obviously a username and password. You will need to reinstall your web engines and API gateways so that they're registered on the hub. I would recommend potentially going up to the latest version, which is 8.5.5 or higher. And obviously we need a list of your developers and administrators for creating the user-based access. Included topics in this series are listed here. So I will be showing you obviously how to publish your first project, how to create your roles, and how to create your realms, environments, and obviously to set up things like environment variables. And lastly, we'll look at things like hub monitoring. So that concludes this presentation. Please watch further presentations in this series, and thank you very much for your time.